Hi, I'm Chris Johnston from Work Visa Lawyers. Welcome to our September news video. We aim to keep you informed on what's happening in Australian migration and what might be the best visa options for you or someone you know. In this video, we'll be talking about the recent opportunities and invitations in points-based visas, including the 189, the 190 and 491. We'll look at visa processing times, the effect of student visa caps, and global talent visa updates and more. Subscribe to receive all the latest immigration news. The 189 invitation round. A 189 invitation round happened on the 5th of September. Occupations invited included teachers, engineers, general practitioners, accountants and trade occupations. Painting trades workers, carpenters and many other trades were invited with the minimum of 65 points. Construction managers for 75 points, medical practitioners with 80 points, architects with 75 points. Both onshore and offshore applicants were invited this round. We'll bring you updates as soon as we know more about the Department of Home Affairs releases and the full list of invitations. State-nominated 190 and 491 visas. Most of the states are already open to receive submissions of interest and registrations of interests. New South Wales will open in October. In this financial year, some states don't care as much about high points and they prioritise other factors such as salary, relevant work experience, English proficiency, partner skills, education levels, and the ANSCO code that you're working in. This means you have to check each state for eligibility requirements. The states that are open are already issuing invitations. We've seen invitations from South Australia and we know that Victoria has already issued 900 invitations. That's 900 of a possible 5,000, so they've started fast. Submit your expression of interest and hopefully you can get an invitation too. You may also want to consider other visas such as employer-sponsored visas. We're going to post another video soon with detailed updates for each state. Temporary visas that are eligible for Medicare. All permanent visas can enrol in Medicare, but did you know that some temporary visas can also allow you to enrol in Medicare? Here are some of the main ones. The 494, the 491 skilled regional, the onshore parent visa, onshore provisional partner visas and protection visas subclass 785. Check all the eligible visas on the Medicare website. Vetassess processing times. Vetassess has reduced the processing times for skills assessments for professions and non-trade occupations. The standard assessment previously took 10 to 15 weeks, and now it's expected to take much less, something like 8 to 10 weeks. Student visa caps. The Australian government has announced it will implement a cap on the student visa numbers for 2025. The total number of new foreign students allowed to study in Australia will be limited to 270,000. This is a reduction of 53,000 compared to the previous year. The cap includes the following: 145 new student visas for public university, 30,000 for other universities and non-university higher education providers, 90,000 for vocational education and training or VET sector. There will be no cap for several other categories including school students, English language providers or ELICOS, and non-award programs. Some of the effects of these caps could include: it may be harder to get enrolment for vocational and university courses in Australia. Some students may have their enrolments withdrawn before their visa is granted. It will be harder to do a second or third course onshore. For example, if you enter Australia on an English course, you may then find it very hard to get a second VET course to study. The Global Talent Visa. Updates on the Global Talent Visa and the new National Innovation Visa. The National Innovation Visa is expected to be introduced in late 2024 and it will replace the Global Talent Visa. Here are some updates on what we've seen in relation to the Global Talent Visa. We are still getting invites for our clients. We've heard reports of quick expression of interest rejections in as fast as 2 weeks for some people. Visa processing times. The current processing times for the Global Talent Visa is between 9 to 12 months. The Department of Home Affairs is now checking up on more nominators and more referees. We've made a separate video with much more details on the Global Talent Visa. One of the streams of the Skills in Demand visa will be the Core Skills Visa. I'm getting questions, should I lodge a 482 now or should I wait for the new Core Skills Visa? The short answer is we're not sure what occupations are going to be on the core skills list, and so if you're eligible for a 482 now, you may want to try and apply for that before the end of the year. So here's some visa processing times. Here are the processing times for visas in September 2024. For the 190, 50% are processed in 16 months and 90% within 17 months. For the 491, 50% are processed in 17 months and 90% processed within 23 months. For the 482 visa, short and medium term stream, 50% are processed in 1 month and 90% processed in 5 months. For the 186 temporary transition pathway, 50% are taking 6 months and 90% within 14 months. Please note that for employer-sponsored visas in regional areas, they receive priority under Direction 105 and can be processed much faster. Student visas for vocational education courses, 50% are processed in 5 months and 90% are within 7 months. Training visas, 50% are in 62 days and 90% are within 7 months. That's a huge range there. 820 provisional onshore partner visa, 50% is processed within 12 months and 90% is processed within 26 months. That's a pretty long time to wait for a partner visa onshore. The 801 permanent onshore partner, 50% is taking 11 months and 90% is within 30 months. You can check all the visa processing times on the Home Affairs website. Unfortunately, we are seeing, outside of regional employer-sponsored visas, a slowdown in visa processing. So what are the common themes across the September news? The government is moving forward to implement more of the migration strategy, including the new skills in demand and the global talent visas. Concerns about housing shortages seem to be affecting a number of visa programs. Some measures, such as granting more visas to trades at a minimum points, show a desire to build more houses in Australia. Other measures are more consistent with the slowing down of population growth, such as student visa caps and slower processing times for a lot of visas. We look forward to your comments on this. They help us to choose the right video topics in the future. Please book an appointment using the link below if you need assistance. Subscribe for all the latest updates. Thanks for watching.